Can you ever leave the game? Hey, this is Matt Cross from the 33 Secrets to Dating Beautiful Women, and in today's free coaching video, I'm going to answer a common question that I get from a lot of my students and a lot of my subscribers from all over the world. And that question is, can I ever leave the game? And the truth that nobody wants to admit is, no, you can never actually leave the game. Because the truth is, whether you're in a committed dating relationship or an actual marriage even, you will always need to apply concepts that you've learned in game to those relationships that you're in. At least if you want to keep the girl attracted to you. Now, it doesn't mean that you're gonna still be going out there and still picking up random girls on the street like you used to. I mean, not if you're in a committed relationship or if you're married, you're just not going to be doing that. But you are still going to need to challenge your girlfriend or your wife. You're still going to need to set your boundaries and protect your boundaries. You're still going to need to stand your ground. You're still going to need to lead your relationship. You're still going to need to keep the power in your relationship and not suddenly turn into a spineless beta male like most guys. Most guys who end up in divorce just because their wives were whining about not getting their way. So you're still going to need to apply those concepts that you've learned from game to your actual relationships that you're in. So you can never actually leave the game because you're still going to be using concepts from the game. So the short answer is no. You can never actually leave the game. And trying to do so, trying to leave all those concepts behind is a big, big mistake. And guys always tend to ask me this question right after they've successfully used what I've taught them to get the girl of their dreams. They're like, hey, Em, thanks for all the training, man. All your techniques work like magic, man. And now I finally got the girl of my dreams. I finally got a girl that I'm happy with. And you know what? I don't think I need game anymore. I'm in love. I love her. So I'm leaving the game. Big, big mistake. You have to understand, when you're at the point where you've actually met the girl of your dreams, or even a girl that you just really like, say she's cute, she gets you, you get her, you feel like she's going to make a good teammate for you out there, that's when you need game the most, okay? When you finally get that girl that you want. This is not the time to be leaving the game. This is not the time to be leaving all of those concepts behind that you've learned in game. This is the time that you need to apply all of those concepts that you've learned in game the most in order to keep that girl attracted to you. All of those key concepts that I've taught you here on my channel and in my products. Challenge, control, never giving up your power in your relationships, staying on your path and purpose as a man, never feeding into her ego, never letting her feel like she has you. It's those key concepts that you learn in game that will keep the girls that you get into your life not only super attracted to you, but always coming back for more. Okay? They will always come back for more. And it's by not having those key concepts you learn in game and not applying them to your relationships that you quickly end up getting dumped or landing in divorce court. And I see so many guys every day, celebrities, actors, professional athletes, constantly getting dumped by their girlfriends, dumped by their wives, and ending up in divorce court, regardless of their celebrity status, all because they never learned those key concepts from game that you've learned. And it ends up costing them big time. So understand, game isn't just about approaching girls and picking them up. That's just the beginning. The real game starts when you start attracting the girls that you actually want into your life and maintaining their attraction for you so that you never get dumped or suddenly find yourself in divorce court. And besides just your relationships, you need those concepts that you learn in game to work game on yourself. Okay, forget about women. You need the concepts you learn in game to work game on yourself, to become more fit, to make more money, to create a better life for yourself so that you can get what you want out there. As I've always taught my students, getting good at game and having game is the equivalent of having a superpower. Okay? It is the equivalent of having a superpower. Just always knowing what to say and what to do in practically every situation, especially with beautiful women, and especially in your relationships with beautiful women. Not to mention just your daily, everyday interactions with people you meet on a daily basis. Again, it's like having a superpower. So why would you suddenly want to give that superpower up just because you're in a relationship, especially after you've worked so hard to finally get that girl of your dreams into your life? That's when game pays off the most. Okay, that's when game pays off the most, and that's when you need it the most. That's not the time to abandon it. Okay, you don't abandon game, the one aspect of your life that helped you get all this stuff. You don't suddenly abandon it because you got the girl of your dreams. That's when you need it the most. So the answer to the question, can you ever leave the game? The answer to that question is no. You can never leave the game. You can never, ever leave the game. Nor should you want to leave the game for any girl and for any reason. And if you do so at your own risk. Because believe me, the guys walking around out there in these long-term relationships and these marriages without any game, they are risking a lot. They're risking their money, they're risking their homes, they're risking their jobs, they're risking their kids, they're risking their mental state, they're risking their overall well-being. It's just not worth it. As I've always said, I would not trade the skills that I've learned in game for $1 million. I mean, literally, I would not trade them for $1 million. I mean, if you showed up with a briefcase today full of $1 million cash, even if I was dead broke poor, and you offered me this briefcase full of $1 million in exchange for everything I've learned in game, everything I've got in my head, I would literally say, no, I don't want it. Okay? Even if I was dead broke poor. Even if you offered me $10 million, I'd still say no. Okay, it's hard to believe, but I would still say no, because to me, it's just not worth the trade. Because for me, without game, it's like you're taking away my superpower. I could easily lose that money. I could get married to the wrong girl, like so many guys do, right? They lose all their money in divorce court. So I could get married to the wrong girl. I could get involved with the wrong business partner. I could trust the wrong financial advisor, and all that money could quickly be gone. And I could end up owing money because I made bad decisions, okay? But with game, it really just teaches you to see through all that. Again, it's like having a superpower. It's like having X-ray specs through this matrix of social conditioning that we're currently living in. So I would not trade game for $1 million, not even $10 million, and neither should you. So for the record, can you ever leave the game? The answer to that question, again, is no. You can never actually leave the game because you will always be using concepts that you've learned in game and applying them to your relationships, your marriage, your health, your finances, your daily interactions with people. Okay, there's just no escaping it. And if you do decide to leave the game and you do decide to stop using the concepts that you've learned in game and applying them to your everyday life, you do so at your own risk and at your own peril. Okay? You do so at your own risk and at your own peril. So until next time, this is Matt Cross from the 33 Secrets to Dating Beautiful Women, and I will see you in my next coaching video.